Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today. So we're into the second day of 2021, and the spread is powerful and beautiful, and I'm already moving through powerful things myself. And so bring that shit on. The sacred geometry that showed up for today is DNA. DNA talks about the perfection even in the tiniest parts of who we are, our physical self and our spiritual self, as our humanness is. And so this is the pi ratio wrapped in this double helix. It's beautiful. But it talks about our spiritual influence over DNA, and really how it affects the entire material realm of Earth and our humanness. And it talks about embodying love and opening your heart. And then when you do that, when you start to become love and open yourself to receiving and compassionate love. So this is love that actually transcends emotion. I actually did a post about that yesterday, that it's not about romantic notions or emotions. Real love, pure, divine, true love transcends all emotion. It is absent of judgment. It's when you get to realize that everything is you. Everything that you're experiencing, witnessing, communing with, everything is you. So there's zero rejection or resistance. Just receiving and giving. It's this beautiful, constant flow of grace that happens when you embody love. And so when you do that, it influences everything down to the tiniest foundation of that structure, the DNA. And you can actually upgrade and rewrite DNA just by embodying love. And that's the message of that. Are you able to do that? Are you able to look in the face of everything, experience everything, commune with anything, and love it still? And love it still. And that usually starts, well, not usually, always starts with, are you able to love you? Every bit of you. Because your inability to give or receive love starts there. And so I learned, like, any rejection of me is a rejection of love, not me. Any betrayal of me is not about me. It's a betrayal of love. And that's why people who do that to me usually receive karmic response immediately. And it's not an egoic thing to say that, it's just fact. So the hummingbird showed up, and the message of hummingbird is ushering in change, but sublime change. Hummingbird teaches us how to enjoy the nectar of life. Look how beautiful the hummingbird is, and they can soar to the greatest heights, and they live off of nectar. And they teach us so much, and they're such beautiful messengers of spirit. I live in communion with these birds and just always blessed by them. If you've ever seen hummingbirds mate, it is the most phenomenal thing. The male, like a dive bomber, flies in this really straight line into these heights that you can't even see him anymore. Straight up, straight up in the air. And the female will be sitting on a branch. And so this male goes up. He's not even a speck, then he's gone. You don't even see him. And then straight back down, same space. Dive bombs, beak first, straight down. Comes down right in front of her branch and makes the loudest screech of a beep. It's like a pop almost. And then goes straight back up again. No pause, no break. Up. Where you don't even see him anymore. It's beautiful. So, celestite is the stone that showed up today. This is a beautiful piece of celestite that I have, and beautiful that it's in the shape of a heart. But celestite brings the message of message. So to still yourself, but to be receptive. And so receiving messages from higher realms is embodying love, because when you embody love frequency, you are receptive. You become an antenna for divine spirit, a conduit. And that's actually my mode of operation. That's why I'm successful in the work that shows me my purpose and path. How I'm able to stay on purpose is by embodying love. But this is celestite. Celestite helps clear the static of the human experience so that you can be open to those messages. Isn't that beautiful? This icy blue crystal. Look at that. Beautiful baby that I share my space with. And like I said, I love when this card shows up, and it doesn't actually ever show up in my personal polls. So I know this is specifically meant for me to share the practice outwardly with the consciousness. Immeasurable power of the heart way, Ponopono. So Ho'oponopono is an ancient practice of the indigenous Hawaiians, and it's the practice of being 100% responsible. Going back, responsible meaning that you recognize yourself as source. And so when something shows up in your reality, you ultimately know that it is you and that it was created by you. And so being responsible, you say, I know that I created this, and I'm going to take it back to the space of cleansing it to zero. Taking it back into that void before existence, before even thought, before consciousness, before creation. And you do that by loving it, the transmuting first of that cell memory, the DNA, loving it, not rejecting it, and then having remorse for even creating it in the first place, creating something that is causing discord or disharmony, creating anything that becomes a wedge to love. Those are ultimately the things that need to be cleansed. And asking for repentance. And then showing gratitude for the opportunity to cleanse it. The opportunity because it showed up in your reality and you took responsibility for it. So gratitude. That's the nectar of the human experience. That's the spread. I love you. I'm sorry.